Welcome to Client Conundrums. Today we're going to talk about where do you start when all these things seem to be heavy and weighing on you.
I'll be talking about leading through a pandemic.
I'll be talking about self-confidence.
So, Tonto, leading through a pandemic. Right now, this is obviously a very hot topic, and leadership is very important. So, please tell us about how you have been telling your clients about leading through a pandemic.
Okay, so today, right now, it's March 16th, 2020, and here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin, we went from being one of the most restrictive states in the country to the most free states as far as this whole pandemic, and that really affected many businesses and organizations. And for our church, it went from one day to the next. We had liberty to start meeting again. However, with so many people involved in this organization, the thing is, there's people on all over the spectrum. Some people are still fearful of this virus. Some are really excited to come back. And so, how do you lead over this wide spectrum of a group of people? And in my case, I lead many volunteers, hundreds of volunteers, and to make this work, we need them back.
Right.
And so, as we invite them to come back, we want to let them know that we love them no matter what they decide. We love them as a person, not so much of what they do for us, because the mission of our organization is all about people, and so we need to be able to lead all of the people through this. And some people are going to come back right away. Some are going to take maybe a year, and whatever they decide, we want to respect their decisions. We want to make sure that we care for them, and no matter what they decide, we want to lead them through this pandemic. And also, we don't want to create division. And so
what I'm hearing is you're leading not only the people that agree with you, you're not just saying, you're not picking and choosing, you're saying, we respect all point of views. And
exactly.
And so that's the habit that you're trying to form with people is, hey, it's not, we all have different point of views, we all understand that our safety is our concern, and we want to lead those people no matter what that is. And is that difficult?
Yes, it's difficult because people are found all over the spectrum. However, the mission of our organization is all about people. And so we put that first, and so people get it. And if some people take longer to, come back and, participate in the mission once again, hey, that's okay. I mean, it is a pandemic.
And that's why a mission statement is so important, right?
Yes.
And having that North Star, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Cut, right?
Cut.
You can edit those. All right, so how are we gonna set you up, Nick? Anything that you'd like me to set you up with?
The self-confidence topic, it was more of like in a business setting, because she's a woman in a male-dominated workplace.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you, Tonto. And Nick, you have a really interesting topic of self-confidence, and especially in this topic, as we were talking earlier, it's a woman in a male-dominated workplace. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I have a client, a friend, that was talking to me about some problems she was having, getting spoken over in meetings and not being able to get her entire thought process out into the meeting that she was trying to conduct or that she was a part of. And she had said that she was really getting cut off, and she was kind of getting shut out, but she had good ideas, and she had talked to her bosses beforehand and afterhand, and they had told her that they liked her ideas, but she was like, how do I, stay confident, and how do I project my thoughts into the meeting without having these issues that I'm running into? And especially, she is a woman, and there is still a stigma with women, I guess, a barrier that they have to overcome in a male-dominated workplace. Some males just aren't as open, as receptive as people probably should be. But I'd given her some tips on some habits of things that she could build. So number one would be practicing her thoughts beforehand, so that she could have a clear, concise sentence for whatever she was trying to convey. I know her particularly, she likes to ramble a little bit, and her brain can go off on tangents. So I told her, if you set a clear path before the meeting, practice it out loud, and have a habit of practicing that, you can build a good foundation for the rest of your meeting, and you have a good, clear point of view going into it. And then also talking to your bosses beforehand or afterhand, doing a little bit more prep, so that way your conversations don't go sideways in the middle of the meeting, and it should be better, and you'll start to build a better habit, and you'll be more confident going into those meetings.
That's all really good stuff. Do you find, so when you say a habit of maybe thinking while or before she goes into the meetings, thinking about what she wants to say for that clear and concise, I don't know if a lot of people think about that as a habitual behavior. So how could you get into the idea that my thoughts are a reflection of the habits that I have? Yeah,
so a way to build that is really to write down more notes of your thoughts, and when you do have any sort of good ideas, putting it on paper actually solidifies the ideas that you have floating around your head. And if you continue to do that on paper, eventually you get to a point where the thoughts in your head flow through your mouth instead of only on paper or only in a text or documented format, and your thoughts become clearer, and you can start building a habit of thinking clearly in full sentences instead of random thoughts here and there.
Cool. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cut to Tonto. No. All right. So
That's a great tip for anyone going into a meeting,
for sure.
females and males.
It's true. Something I struggled with for a while.
For sure. My off camera, my struggle was always being too dominant. Like, no, my opinion matters, and that's also that's like the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Now it's togetherness. Now it's okay. Well, I don't know better. I have opinions, but my opinions are just as good as anybody else's, and I want to listen and actively listen. So.
Mm-hmm. That's super important.
Yeah. All right, so who wants to team me up?
What is your topic? I don't think you told me.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Where to get started? That's actually...
Where to get started? Okay.
Yeah. So like if you feel as though you have a lot going on, or it's such a big thing that you just don't know where to start.
So who's going to tee you up?
Yeah.
I don't care how you do it. Tonto.
All right. Now we're going to go to Joshua, who's got a very important...
Not live video.
Now we're going to go to Joshua, who is going to speak on a very important topic.
Thank you.
What's that?
That topic is, where do you start, especially when you feel as though you're super stressed out or you're weighed down by so many different things, and you want to lose weight, or you realize that you're in this cyclical habitual behavior within a relationship. You realize that you have a habit of not communicating in the way that you want. You have a habit of not being the leader that you want. You have a habit of judging people. All of these things can be huge ideas, but these ideas are not, they're not insurmountable. They can be stressful, but not insurmountable. So where do you start? Every idea, so let me rewind actually, awareness is where you start. So being aware of the different steps that you want to take, picking just one, starting something small. Okay, so let's take losing weight. Losing weight, there's going to be a lot of different things that go into it. Again, I'm not a weight loss expert. Just the habit part of it and how you can change those habits. So let's take losing weight because it's something that we can all kind of identify with, right? So there's a lot of steps that could go into it. Let's say Nick wants to lose 20 pounds, okay?
Yep.
I don't think you should lose 20 pounds, by the way, but let's say Nick wants to lose 20 pounds. So first, you may have something simple like, do you have the equipment to work out? Do you have the knowledge about the food that you put inside your body? Do you have workout regimens that would be good for your body? Do you have, there's all these different things that can go into planning this. So start with something small and something that you can repeat daily. Take action. Become aware, understand that you have a desire, and then take action. So if Nick was trying to lose 20 pounds, I'd say, all right, Nick, this week we're going to focus on your diet, okay? And that doesn't mean that he's got to, cut down to 1,200 calories and do all this stuff that you might find hard. It's going to be, you need to make sure that you take in one source of vegetables per day, as an example. Or Nick, we're going to work on just making sure that you take 10 minutes, just 10 minutes of a workout. And we're going to define what a workout means for you. Maybe it's just taking a walk.
Yep.
Maybe it's something that simple. But we want to train our body to make sure that we start small so we don't just put 100 pounds on our back and try to carry it, right? We want to make sure that we put in 5 pounds in our back, that we're not going to get tired, we can build muscle, we can take that action, and then guess what? Once we were comfortable with that, we're going to add 5 more. So awareness, desire, and then take action. And there's no wrong action, okay?
Simple steps.
Yes, yes.
As long as you take action.
That's right. Take action, gather information. That simple. And, as a side note, if you do need somebody to hold you accountable on whatever it happens to be that you're trying to build a habit, or you don't know necessarily, you want, what's the best way to take action, that's why we're here, okay? Habit coaches. We format habits with you. Whatever it is that you want to work on, we can hold you accountable. We have metrics within the program. Each day you're going to fill out journals that we can keep track of so we can see your progress, and we're there for you to listen. So, My Odyssey Habit Coach is right here, and this has been another Client Conundrum. Thanks, guys. I'm glad that you enjoyed that video. I have an open door policy of talking with anyone, anytime. My email is below.